this will stay like a solid stream. Um, so earlier today, the maintenance guy was here who was like the husband, I think, of the person of the land management person, landlord, or whatever you want to fucking call it. And I spoke to him about like what exactly uh, the guy across the driveway had been saying, and he was not surprised. The guy was not surprised that the guy across the driveway was saying that shit. Um, and to be honest with you, he also didn't really care all that much because their agency has been called slumlord by a whole bunch of people, and it's mostly because they give people a chance that most other landlords wouldn't. You know, and it's ironic that the guy across the driveway would bitch about the type of people that the landlord allows to rent, but then literally the guy across the driveway, helped Joshua Graves, who is somebody that the landlord rented to. So it's like, oh, you know, everybody that your landlord rents to is a piece of shit, but I'm helping somebody who your landlord helped out. So it was like, it was almost kind of like he was insulting Great Joshua indirectly without even realizing it. Because QED, anyone who our landlord rents to is a piece of shit, and our landlord rented to Joshua Graves, so that would make Joshua Graves a piece of shit, according to the guy across the driveway's logic. If you just follow the line of how he worded things. So apparently, renting to people who need a second chance in life is, making you a slumlord. um, so, um, people, 99% of people deserve a second chance. Um, but Josh, I feel like he's been given too much of a second chance. Like, he's done stuff here and around town that if anybody else did it, like, their life would be over. Like, I don't understand why the police and the state have been so easy on him when if anybody else had done any of that shit, they would be gone. Oh, fucking like serious fucking drug use, like where he almost died. Like, if I did so much heroin that I almost fucking died, I'd still be in fucking jail. But he was out like after 4 fucking months. And then there was a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know if it's actually true or not, but somebody said Josh felt up the ass of like some 13, 14-year-old girl who literally lives a couple houses down, and that him living on the street and like being able to walk past her house was like dramatizing her, no, traumatizing her, and all kinds of other stuff. I don't know if that's true or not. That just might be like one of those towny rumor like things. So, I mean, it's kind of ironic that like you know the guy across the driveway thinks that our landlord is so bad because she's giving people a chance, you know, and but then he's helping somebody who has done nothing but spit in the face of everybody who's tried to help him. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he's still on good terms with Josh, or if Josh had fucked him over or anything. I mean, Josh is the type of person who, you know, uh, the only time he ever tries hard at anything is to try to like prove people, prove people wrong to make himself look better over them. So, um, maybe me, saying, "Oh, Josh is gonna fuck you over," might have made Josh work harder at not fucking the neighbor over. So if that makes any sense, no, that doesn't. So I don't know, but like the original issue was just people around the building were a little bit nervous about him being around here because Josh caused a lot of trouble when he lived in the building, and there's rumors about him like you know breaking into people's houses and stealing shit and stuff like that. No, like nothing is like confirmed, but kind of made people a little bit nervous. And most of the people around here, they're the type of people who just like don't want to stick their neck out. And all I was just like, but I'm so used to being like shit on and treated like the bad guy that I was just like, fuck it. I'll be the one who sticks his neck out and says shit. Like even the woman in apartment 9 who was like somewhat friends with Josh didn't trust him, enough to want him around. At least that's what she said to me. She could have been being duplicitous, but it's just it's really annoying. So pretty much the conversation I had with the landlord guy today was that the guy across the driveway, technically, he's just expressing his opinion, but if like if he like keeps saying that they're slumlords and it actually starts like affecting their business, they might do something about it. But yeah, I mean, it seems pretty much like the guy the guy just has some kind of like chip on his shoulder, like he thinks that he's better than our landlord. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of annoying. I wish he would just like leave the people in this building alone and stop using like all these legal workarounds to harass people. Like that shit where like he came into the yard and was like, "Oh, this is a public building." Like he got like way too fucking close to me. Like my personal space was definitely invaded, and I talked to the police about it, and they said that he was definitely too close to me and acting too aggressive for the situation, and that if I had done anything to him, it would have been seen as self-defense, especially with my certified, you know, history of PTSD and my and all that other stuff. It just would have been over, like so like he kept getting closer and closer to me while he was like yelling at me for the playing with the toy bow and arrow. And I was like, oh man, if he steps any closer to me, like he's gonna set off my reactive mind, and I'm just gonna end up I'm gonna end up reacting, and then it's just not gonna be good, and then and then I have to go through all that crap of proving that it was self defense because he you know got too close to me. So I don't know, but said we had one viewer. I don't know where they went, but like him getting that close to me, like set me off for like a couple of weeks. It took me a long time to get rid of his. Oh, I can't even. No, I can't say that. But pretty much, when somebody negative gets too close to you, you you get some of their clusters. Let's just put it that way. And it took me a couple of days to get rid of some of the clusters that attached to me because of his locality um to me. And that's another thing, like because of my beliefs, you know, which he's aware of, he knew I, he knows that if he gets too close to me, physically close to me, that's gonna cause um, a reaction to me because of my belief system. Like you don't you don't get that close to me, you know, and purposely cause your clusters to attach to me. That's like a really fucking dickhead move to do. And he damn well knew that that's what he was doing. You know, so he was interfering with my right, to keep his clusters off of me. So, but I got rid of him. Like, yeah, like it's weird how much like I love this flashlight. This is so like it's so fucking cool. It's made out of the same shit that like soup cans are made out of, and there's just something neat about like how it feels. It kind of also looks like a Jedi lightsaber. So yeah, don't get within 5 feet of me ever again, Mister Neighbor, because your negativity is puts clusters on me, and that's that's a psychic attack. That's you purposely trying to spiritually damage me, and that's a hate crime. So, so yeah. I really like how there's like a little button you can push to do the. But yeah, the maintenance guy pretty much said that dude across the driveway is just a wanker. So, anyways, thinking about walking to Cumberland Farms or something. No, I can't. No, Cumberland Farms is gone. Big Apple over on Coney Circle, just because I don't know, just to get out, shoot a video, play with my lightsaber flashlight. This was $1 at the Dollar Tree, and it just so feels like this is a good texture. Like I'm part of my OCD Asperger's thing is texture, you know, and it's part of the reason why I have that hair fetish thing. It's part of my Asperger OCD thing. It's like I get like obsessive with like certain tactile feelings, you know. So it's a little bit more than just sexual, you know, when it comes to the hair thing. Like the textual feel of certain things is like an obsession in my head, you know. So I'm so complex on many different levels. So Kitty. Yeah. Asimov just woke up. He's been asleep like all fucking day. So he'll probably start running around. He'll if unless he goes back to sleep, he'll be awake until like 8, 9 a.m. just like running around, playing with a little ball thing. So alright, well, I've talked about the neighbor for like 16 fucking minutes. So whatever, bye. Yes, I do want to close this live broadcast.